uh, full-length video for the Taiwanese style braised pork belly bao. And I'm gonna put a little twist on this recipe. Instead of the regular pickled veggies, I'm going to top off the bao with a Thai chili cucumber salad, just to give it a little more spice, a little more kick to the overall dish. So before I start explaining what I did to cook this meal, I want to give a shout out to my two good friends, AB and Stony. These two guys inspire me to get better at anything I do every single day. They always motivate me by telling me to just try harder in everything I do and give full commitment. So once again, shout out to them. Alright, so the base ingredients for the bao is all-purpose flour, sugar. I used stevia sugar. It still makes the bao sweet, but no extra calories. You're gonna need yeast. This is very important. Use instant yeast and also baking powder. To make the bao, we're gonna be using whole milk. I believe you can just substitute the whole milk with water, but I want my bao to be a little more flavorful, a little more milky and creamy. The first thing you're going to do is mix all the ingredients together and work the dough for about 15 to 20 minutes. Then let it rise for an hour, and after that, work the dough again. Next, you're going to cut it into 9 to 10 equivalent pieces and work each individual piece of dough. And finally, you're going to roll it out with a rolling pin, both sides, to this kind of like oval shape. And once you get the oval shape down, have it flat, we're going to use a little bit of olive oil to oil up one side and fold it in half. This is so that the bao doesn't like stick together. And we're going to steam the bao in a steamer for 15 minutes after the water is boiled. About 10 minutes in, you can actually kill the heat because the steam will continue rising and warm up the bao and cook it. So once you have the bao fully cooked, you're just gonna want to dry it and put it in like a storage area. We're going to start making our braised pork belly. This actually takes quite a while to make, so you could actually start this and braise the pork belly and cook the bao in between the wait time. But the first thing you're gonna do is basically brown all sides of pork belly. And the next thing we're going to do is add some shallots and garlic. Make sure the shallots and garlic are cut to small size because we actually want this to start melting in the sauce that we're gonna braise the pork belly in. So just go ahead and give it a nice stir. After a while, we can add in some aromatics. We're going to add in green onions, Thai chili, and ginger, sliced ginger. The next thing we're going to add in is some spices. So we're going to add in Szechuan peppercorn, star anise, and also a cinnamon stick. Let the pork belly kind of just cook in the aromatics for a while. And we're going to add a little bit of 5-spice powder. You actually don't need that much because the 5-spice powder is basically just the powder form of the other spices we added. And finally, we're going to deglaze it with some Shaoxing cooking wine. So just go ahead and put in about like half a cup or third cup. Deglaze everything, and we're going to add in the soy sauce and make the sauce that braises the pork belly. So go ahead and add in light and dark soy sauce, about a third cup each. And we're going to also add in a couple tablespoons of brown sugar because that'll make the overall braised pork belly a little bit sweeter and give it a little more umami. Then we're going to add in 2 cups of water and finally 2 bay leaves that really just kills the smell. So here you're going to want to start braising it, which is basically just reducing the heat once it starts boiling. Reduce it to like about a low to medium low heat and cover it. After a while, I did add in some shiitake mushrooms, but that's not necessary. That's just, you know, I was just wanted to eat some shiitake mushrooms. So that's not necessary in the recipe. You can ignore that. While you're braising it, every 15 minutes, you're going to want to turn the pork belly. So just keep that in mind. Next, we're going to make our Thai chili cucumber salad as the topping. So go ahead and de-seed an English cucumber and chop into half moon pieces. Then we're going to chop up some Thai chili. 3 Thai chili should be enough for the heat. Add in some apple cider vinegar, some fish sauce. Add in the cucumbers, shallots, peanuts, and fresh cilantro. These are all the main ingredients for the chili. Oh, also add in a little bit of minced garlic. And we're going to mix the salad, chili salad. Add in some brown sugar, a little bit of salt, And we're also going to add in sesame oil and avocado oil, just about a dab of each. This oil will help the salad cook in the flavors, so bind all the seasoning to the salad. And go ahead and just give it a mix and put it in the fridge. I braised my pork belly for about 90 minutes. Now you could braise it for about 75 minutes and it'll just be fine. Once it's done braising, go ahead and take out the pork belly, and what we're going to do is actually make the sauce that we're going to put on the bao. So take out all the solids. Here I'm just removing the shiitake mushrooms that I'm going to eat later. But you're going to want to drain the sauce of all the solids, so use like a skimmer and drain the sauce into a bowl and put the sauce back into the wok and basically boil it until the sauce is deglazed. You can use a little bit of cornstarch to absorb the water and form up the sauce a little faster. We're at the final stretch of this recipe. Go ahead and cut up the pork belly into thin slices. I actually cut the pieces a little too big. It'd do better if you cut it a little smaller, just because that way you can eat the pork belly without it falling out of the bun. So open up a bun, put the pork belly in, put the sauce on top, and finally just put the Thai chili cucumber salad over as topping. I went ahead and made 3 pork belly buns for my meal. They look absolutely delicious and they tasted absolutely delicious. That's the most important thing. This was probably one of the best meals I've ever made for myself. The buns were incredibly fluffy, milky. You could really taste the sweetness of the buns, and contrast that with the savoriness of the pork belly and the sauce, the fattiness from the top of the pork belly, and also the spicy kick from the Thai chili cucumber salad. You have yourself a very special meal. While it does take a lot of time and effort to make this meal, I think the end result is absolutely worth the effort. So go ahead and give this recipe a try. And once again, if you really like the video, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It helps a lot. Thank you for watching, and as always, hope you have a great day.